What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. So today's video, I just wanted to start with the index. So I just wanted to show you two major indexes, DXY and the EXY. So the dollar index is this one. So on a daily time frame, we have a channel, so an ascending channel over this area. So pretty much price is now moving to the downside, following this whole ascending channel. So on a smaller time frame, so this is now 4-hour time frame. So it actually created another channel. So if I was to remove this and only start trading it from 4-hour time frame, you understand that we have 1, 2, 3 touch over this area, making this an ascending channel also. So pretty much price has already tested the upper part. Now it's actually moving to the downside. So if you were to trade this, but I actually just use it as an indicator for the US dollar pair, like all the US dollar pairs. So from here we have already got our consolidation. Our prices to move to the downside toward this resistance. So expect weakness in US dollar pairs. So next index that we're gonna have is EXY. So the euro index, if you were to check daily time frame, what we have is a descending wedge over this area. So since I actually explained this like I think a month ago. So we had this highest resistance that we had, the lowest resistance over this area. Then we have like a wedge. I mean, it was supposed to move a little bit steeper so that you can actually target this, but it seems like it's moving a little bit slower. So going on a smaller time frame, you can see this wedge clearly. So it had like a number of touches over the lower part, and it only had like 1, 2, 3 touch. Now we're actually going for the 4th touch. So this also, if you were to trade like this, it will be, as you can see, a descending channel. So pretty much price is the opportunity to move to the downside again before it moves back into the inside. So there is a probability that price can just shoot up, consolidate above here, and from there we can actually continue to the upside, or it can actually come back down and continue moving down with the descending channel. So expect anything. So if for me right now, I'm actually still looking forward for price movement to here. So I will actually check by Tuesday how price is gonna move. If it can shoot Monday and break above here, then I can look for consolidation and continue the upside. But if it can move a little bit smaller, then slower, then I can actually look forward for price moving to the downside. So going on to the pairs that we're gonna be having. So USD try. So USD try, I actually explained it last week. So let me start again from the bigger time frame. I actually did a midweek trade analysis also on this. So our midweek video was on USD try. So basically what went wrong is what I was actually explaining. So we had this channel, so 1 touch, 2nd touch, we're gonna be having maybe a 3rd touch over this area, then this is the 1st touch, and I actually explained that this was gonna be the 2nd touch. So when the market opened last week Monday, we had sort of smaller consolidation. I'm gonna show you on 30 minutes time frame. So price moved to the downside, consolidated, and I was actually expecting for price to move to the downside again. And we had like two familiar structures. This descending channel toward the resistance also was another hint that price can actually go up. So once I was taken out, I didn't really take a price movement to the upside, because like it was gonna probably maybe end here, then we can continue. But I actually explained also that it was gonna make a double top, though it actually exceeded the double top area, and price ended up moving to here. So but still, either way, we actually came back and formed sort of like a flag to the downside. So like our impulse correction, now we're gonna follow with the impulse again to the downside, then continue again with the impulse correction, then we continue again with the impulse to the downside. So let me just move to the smaller time frame. So let me go on a 30-minute time frame and showcase this channel. So we have a triangle. This is the triangle that I was talking about. So like last week, this is the consolidation that I was talking about. So if you trade like me, pretty much if you see this impulse, then this correction, pretty much you won't be surprised. I won't be surprised when you sell here. So I actually sold impulse correction and I sold here, and I ended up taking a loss when price actually moved to the upside. So when it moved to the upside, made this again impulse, this correction moved to the upside. So I was actually expecting a double top over here, then price movement to the downside, and when I saw it breaking, I was like, I'll wait and I'll see what's gonna happen. And when price came back here, it was supposed to move again to the upside, maybe to here, came back, it was supposed to come back again, then from there we can actually continue with price movement to the upside. But it actually came back, consolidated, went to the downside, formed this consolidation over this area. So it's sort of like an impulse correction. Now we have to move to the downside again. So since I showed you that I'm actually expecting weakness in dollar pairs, this is the first one that is showing me a clue of how the weakness is gonna go. So here, since I have an impulse correction, I'm actually ready to sell even on Monday. So I just have to wait for price to move back into this resistance and this resistance, and we can actually have that as support. Then we can actually sell. My stop loss will be just above here, then from there we can actually continue with our trade. So overall, the whole week, guys, I'm gonna be selling this. Hopefully we're gonna get approximately, let me check, so from here, then my stop loss is gonna be something like 20. Overall we're gonna get like 2.7% approximately. So I mean, which is actually a good risk to reward ratio if I'm to take this. So I can just lose this amount, but if I am to take it, I can actually gain this amount, and I have like a multiple entries that I can actually take. So from this area to here, I can take the first entry, then from this area, after consolidation, I can take the second entry going to the downside. If it consolidation as I anticipate, then I can actually take another sell, then we can continue to the downside. So next, Euro USD is our next pair. So as I was actually explaining, this is the perfect example to show the importance of indexes. So you have the dollar index having the weaker, showing the weaker sides, and the euro index showing the stronger side. So as you can see, we had this descending channel, then we had a descending channel inside a descending channel, and we had 1 2 3 touch over here, and we actually had another small descending channel inside a descending channel. So we have like 3 descending channels. So if you know like the basics of trading, that like you know that a descending channel you have to buy at the end of the movement to the downside. So it's almost like this 1 2 3rd 4th, and you have the same thing inside, and you have the same thing actually inside the whole descending channel. So that's why I actually draw this movement. So last week, this is why nowadays I don't really send much of the screenshots of what I'm trading during the week. So once I sent this, I've already explained that this, if price moves to the downside, I'm going to take another entry over here and possible movement to the upside. So I actually sent this on Tuesday last week, I guess. So if you follow me on WhatsApp, on our WhatsApp group, probably you know this by now. So nowadays I don't give updates on like I'm taking Euro USD again or again. So like I've already explained everything when the week starts. So if price was to move to the downside, you already know you have to put your analysis also, and know where price is going to move and where you're going to enter again. So that's why I'm actually putting these notes on the charts. So going on a smaller time frame, let's just move to the 2-hour time frame, then you can see this is the descending channel inside of the bigger descending channel that I was talking about. So you have 1, 2, 3 touch, and we had this, and the second entry that I was talking about was going to be here. So this was going to be the fourth touch over this area if price had continued the downside. But as I said, after I took this, I was like, if only prices to come to the downside, then I can take another entry here. But I was okay with the first entry here, and pretty much what I'm waiting for is price to break above, consolidate in this space, then from there we can actually continue to take or take profit over this area. So USD, it's easier. You just have to follow the descending channel on a bigger time frame. Next pair is Eurozar. So Eurozar also, I actually explained this, I think before last week. I think it was a week before last week, when we were still around this area, and I was like, I'm gonna buy for now till my first resistance was around this area. And since we had to complete this ascending channel, I was like, this first short area, confluence of this resistance, this red resistance, and this triangle. So this was the confluence where we had price actually didn't really go straight onto the corner, but still it actually broke, found resistance here, and found resistance on the red line. So as I said here, major resistance for possible short area. So still something. So after you had price breaking here, as you all know, you have something like this. So when you had price slowing down a little bit, and it actually broke below. So after our break below, pretty much what I'm now expecting, let me just show you on this one time frame. I'm now expecting overall price to move to here, like at the end of the 2 weeks. I guess in 2 weeks probably maybe we'll be seeing price reaching this area. But for now, I mean, over Monday, Tuesday, I'm expecting for price to complete this head and shoulder probably around this area. So we have already found our neckline here, and price seems like it's now moving in to the upside. So pretty much I can expect something like this. From there we can drop over this area, then we'll continue to the downside. So for the whole week, I'll be expecting first sell around probably maybe this area or here, depending on how price is gonna move. So if Monday price just moves straight up to here, I'll wait and see if price can reach this resistance. So approximately here, if price can reach this resistance, then from there I can actually take my sell, probably from there to here. That's like 86. And if you know Zappers, usually they move something like 2%, or if it's an abnormal day. But like if it's a normal day, you can actually expect 86 to 1% per day. So that's when you get this moves like this. As you can see, move like this, moves like this, moves like this. They actually take just a day to complete. As you can see, this is the 30-minute time frame, but as you can see, there is more bigger moves than any other field that you can actually take. So I'm expecting for price to move, complete this head and shoulder, come back to the downside. So first scenario, I can actually take it to here. So my first sell, I can take it there. I can add another position around this area, then move towards here. So as I said, we still have to target this area, but there's a possibility that after reaching here, price can actually pull back, as what it did on a bigger time frame. So let me just show you something on a bigger time frame. So on a for our time frame, as you can see, price actually shoot to the downside almost when it was about to reach here. Look what happened. It made like a big pullback. I think it's something like 70 71 Fibonacci or something like that. Then after there, it's now coming back, so it can actually move to here, then pull back again, then continue downside later, consolidate and continue till here. So for now, these are the only two scenarios that I'm going to take this week. So I'm sure that by the end of the week we would have had our two trades already, only up to this area. So pretty much, as you can see, it can take maybe till 10 October, if not more. So 10 October, that's my anticipation. Last trade that we're gonna be having is pound kiwi. So pound kiwi, as you can see, we had price movement in a descending channel over this area. So the reason why I didn't take a bigger time frame is we have like too many signals for buys and sell at the same time. So if you were sort of like a shape trader, you would say this is a triangle, right? And pretty much on a smaller time frame, as you can see, price actually broke above. You can say this is a false break, but at the same time, if you are trading the triangle, you can see like this is just pull back to test, then this is a descending channel and price is gonna move to the outside. So this will also be a false break into the inside, so that maybe people can trade back to here, but then you realize like, oh, it was actually wrong. But for now, I'm actually ignoring this whole triangle thing. Then I'm actually only trading support and resistance. So seems like price has already tested once, twice. We can actually expect another third movement when price will be now coming back to here. So for now, I can actually expect price to move to the downside from there, continue here. Then we'll have to wait and see how price is gonna move. It's gonna move to the upside, or it's gonna continue back into this whole triangle thing. So for now, I have resistance over this area. I had support over here, then resistance here. So now we only have more room to the downside. So that's pretty much. I still have like other pairs on my watch list, like I still have gold, but it's not really showing me any hints. So because I actually didn't put it on this Sunday breakdown, so I'm still waiting to see where gold is trying to go. So it seems like on Friday we had this double bottom over this area, so pretty much we can expect price to movement, but I'm not trading it if I haven't got any hints of what price is gonna do. So the reason why I'm not selling and I'm not waiting for sell here is you can actually get a consolidation, then price move to the upside. So that's why I'm not actually expecting a sell on this area. So that's pretty much for this week, guys. I hope you like this video and enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed, just don't forget to subscribe.